Good day to you. Good day to you. Good day to you. We are doing pick a card. So the pick a cards are already on the thumbnail. I was trying to make this easier for going live. However, I am going to hold them up and then I will explain to you which one is number 1, number 2, and number 3. Use your intuition to pick whichever one resonates most with you. But the cards are number 1. I'll get close. Number 2. And number 3. Again, use your intuition to pick the one that most resonates with you. I will be going into full clarifications, and then I will be leaving timestamps, not only where you go to pick the card, but also for each selection. So let's get into the first card. I have to look at my time. Okay, so if you picked card numero uno, let's get into it now. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And then feel free to watch the others if you so choose. Alrighty. So the overall energy for your first pick here is number 23, all tied up. Ooh, and it is pertaining to number 29, imprisonment, which to me is the same thing as all tied up. And number 30, judication. It feels as though you're up in your head space. For some of you, it could be literal. I mean, take it how it resonates, but I don't feel like the majority of you would be watching this if you were facing some kind of judgment and you are in prison. So I will say that it feels more like there's some kind of judgment, whether it's from others or your own internal judgment that has you up in your headspace, overthinking, overanalyzing. We have the 3 of keys, the chess game. The 6 of forces, the waterfall. And number 20, will, wisdom, and mind. Of course, like I said, I will be getting into the clarifying here momentarily. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 9, broken heart, pertaining to number 23, courthouse. Ew, lots of judgments taking place. And then we have the Queen of Roses, specifically Cancer energy, but it is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Feels like it could be maybe just the energy, the emotions, the romance, but again, we'll get into it. Okay, so all tied up, overthinking, overanalyzing, whether you passed your own judgment or somebody's passed it upon you. The chess game to me is game. Like it is strategy, but it's like that maybe there was a game that was being played. And the 6 of forces, although I mean, the 6 of forces is akin to the 6 of wands, but it's totally different in this deck. And it feels like an emotional release of sorts. Like there's something that you're letting go of to come back into center, right? And frankly, the broken heart is healing. It's healing and mending your broken heart. With the courthouse, again, it feels... we definitely have justice, but there could be a resolution taking place. So let's get into clarifying. Let's see. What is this 3 of keys? One more, please. Okay, I'm getting a song. And I don't know who sings it and I don't know all the words, but hopefully with this little snippet, it'll be helpful. It's, I put my arms around you, I think. Something about how strong I am or how strong you are. We have the Eight of Pentacles. That's putting forth the work, energy, and effort with the Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So whatever your strategy is or some kind of a game, definitely feels more like strategy because we're talking about chess and something that you're trying to overcome or win. You're putting forth the work, energy, and effort and moving towards something physical in the 3D. It could be a King of Wands, and or it could even be you taking your power back. But the King of Wands is somebody who is very charismatic. They're very passionate, driven. They take action. What I also find interesting is that they have a tendency to be an entrepreneur, and we do have a lot of pentacles. So this could be pertaining to work for you. Either way, it feels like you've been putting forth the work, energy, and effort, and it's like you're making your shot. Well, I'm seeing somebody try to make a basketball from the other side of the court. Like you're shooting your shot, if you will. I'm just not sure if the King of Wands, specifically Sag, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag, is your energy or somebody you're dealing with. We do have an Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That is Aries, Leo, Sag, a brand new passionate beginning. This comes after you've dropped the burdens, whatever's had you up in your headspace, right? What is the Six of Forces? So the song's still playing in my head, and now I'm unstoppable. The Six of Forces is being clarified by the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Justice card. Libra energy. Interesting, because it feels as though there's some kind of an emotional opportunity. Now, we could call this love, could be a relationship, but it could be that you're receiving some kind of intuition, some kind of, I mean, Cups is also interesting. Cups is also psychic abilities. And what I find interesting is that it also could pertain to not feeling, well, I heard adequate, like something isn't, like what you're receiving isn't what you signed up for kind of energy. With the Justice card, it's all about bringing balance back to a situation, something that's had you up in your headspace, hence the all tied up energy. It definitely feels like love is involved. We do have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and you needing to take your power back with the Strength card, Leo energy. But it could pertain to work as well for some of you with all of the Pentacles. But Pentacles is also energy. We'll tie it together here in a moment. What is the will, wisdom, and mind? I feel like that's where this song comes in. The will, wisdom, and mind is where the song comes in. So it is being clarified by the Page of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Four of Cups. We have the Three of Swords on the bottom with an Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, holy crap, and the Lovers. So let's get into this. I definitely feel like you're bringing balance back in. There was an emotional release that needed to take place. Something that definitely pertained to your thoughts, your overthinking and overanalyzing. But with the Page, this is all about some kind of, we did have the Ace of Wands. So there was some brand new passionate beginning that took place. And I feel like this is it coming in, whether it's an idea that you received or somebody actually communicating with you. Pages bring news. With the Ten of Swords, it solidifies something. It's like the final sword in the back where you're done. You're done overthinking. You're done overanalyzing. There's no more merry-go-round in your own head, in your own thoughts, and you're not going to settle for things that just don't meet your standards. It's the Four of Cups. Like, no, you're rejecting anything that isn't fitting. Like I said, I felt like the Knight of Cups was like not, it wasn't what it was meant to be, or it wasn't feeling like it was adequate. This is putting you back in your power. There is some kind of a situation pertaining to emotion. I mean, we do have a heart here, some kind of heartbreak. We also have it in the underlying energy. But I feel like it was more mental. Like, I heard the signs were there all the time. So it feels to me that maybe you had somebody on a pedestal, or a situation, if it isn't specifically a person. And with the Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, you're getting clarity, truth, honesty. You're seeing things for what they truly are. It feels like you could have been really looking at something for its potential, and not, I think we all have potential. Doesn't mean we're all going to rise to the occasion. But there's some kind of clarity, truth, and honesty coming through with the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy. That's all about a higher level of commitment. It is really an energy of, whether it's that you're committing to a higher level of commitment in a relationship, and or people in general. Interesting. We do have the Lovers, Gemini energy. I definitely feel like this is some kind of a higher level commitment to a soulmate connection. Honestly, I don't know if you've even met the soulmate yet. Now, soulmates don't have to be lovers. They could be, definitely. But it's anybody that you have like the significant relationship with, mostly. Yes, there can be other soulmates that cross our path. But it almost honestly feels as though you've been moving through some kind of aspect in your emotional sector where you've been tolerating people, places, and situations that really just don't jive with you. They're not in alignment. And tolerating is the best kind of word I can think of. Like, you've really been in these sticky, prickly situations that just are not in alignment with you. But it's almost like these false beliefs of like this is how it's supposed to be, or, you know, not any relationships like giving these excuses, if you will. You've put forth the work, energy, and effort. But I feel like the strategy, the chess game, was more of trying to, I heard, walk on eggshells in a situation to not make waves. With the waterfall, it's like you're releasing all of that. You're done. It's keeping you up at night. It's overthinking, overanalyzing, feeling stuck. And the justice is you finally, once you release all of that emotions, all of that, it's like it brings it all back into balance. And that's where you get you back in balance. You come into will, wisdom, and mind. It's like you become, you take your power back. Gets you out of that old way of thinking and rejection. Like, no, this isn't what I desire. And the clarity and understanding that your higher level of commitment is towards this type of connection, not something that's got you in this energy, right? And it's not the other person. You in essence called it into yourself, right? So we have broken heart with the courthouse. What is the Queen of Roses? One more. Again, you could be dealing with a water sign, and or this could just pertain to your emotions, your heart. Can I get, okay, well, I guess we'll get two more. What is this? Oh, wow, we got quite a few more. So the Queen of Roses is being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You're no longer looking back. You're done. You're not looking back. There's no, with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, in the reverse, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there's no opportunity. There's no going back to whatever this is. There's no offer on the table. With the Three of Pentacles for some kind of collaboration to come back together again, whether in a friendly manner or emotional, if you will. And then we have the Five of Wands, because it's all chaos. So you could be the fire sign or the water sign. Take it how it resonates. It could be that the person you're dealing with, like, flip the roles if need be. This is healing, but I feel like there's a final, the courthouse is like a final judgment. Like, it's come to a conclusion. And the conclusion is, we're not going back. Whoever this Queen of Roses is, or whoever embodies that energy, there's no more offers on the table. Like, it's done. There's no more, we're not going to be friends, business partners, lovers. It's all chaos. So it definitely feels like there's a healing taking place within the heart chakra, the emotional. And I feel like whoever has made this final judgment, like, I'm done. Like, this isn't, we're not going back. I'm over it, which I feel like is your energy, is the one that's going through this. Well, I heard heart cleansing. So it just feels like there's something that, well, I heard finally connected, and then I heard finesse. So let's go ahead and read your White Light Oracle. Again, we have number 27, Aura of Gamma. It is time to let go of what has been. You are swiftly outgrowing your past. Explore and commit to a spiritual practice that supports your personal transformation so that you can cross the threshold before you now. Embrace your freedom to be creative in your approach, rather than doggedly committing yourself to your previous ideas or plans. You have the spiritual intelligence necessary to evolve. Continue your healing journey with trust that a positive outcome is imminent. Beautiful. I don't know what my deck is. It's over there. Okay. Let me go ahead and shuffle, and then we will get into the next card. No, I don't need to write the time down until after I shuffle. Let me read the chat as well. Oh, that's cool. That your Reiki master saw an owl. And hello, Vicky, by the way. Hello, Yuli. Hello. Hulk Hogan's tights. That's a good one. Hello, Joel. It is pick a card. Hopefully it helped that I put the card in the thumbnail, the cards, I should say. I thought about it today, and I'm like, you know, if somebody's watching it live, unless they know to go to the very beginning, it would be good if I actually had the cards up so they could pick before they click on. Although I don't know if it, I don't know how it shows up, so hopefully it helped. One more deck to shuffle, and then we will get into the card number 2, which Frankly, I feel like I would have picked either that or the owl. I love cats. Ooh, I'm getting a ringing in my ear. But this specific cat has like green hazel eyes, which I'll hold up here again in a moment. Oh, great idea, but I totally didn't see it. All right, so we're gonna do 2022 for card number 2. This is card number 2. Let's get into it now. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch all 3 of them if you want. I'm laughing because I'm watching the cards that are coming out and I'm like, oh, I guess I don't want to pick any of these. Just kidding. I still would pick this one. Okay. So those of you who picked card number 2, overall energy is number 10, storm warning. And it's pertaining to number 32, despair. Ouch. I already did number 1, so you would just have to start from the beginning if that's the one that you chose. Anyways, so card number 2, storm warning with despair. So it's interesting because the storm warning is like you're possibly moving into some really strong emotions, and it's overthinking with the hurricane looking tornado thing. We do have a broken cup here, which talks about emotions. Also, the water in the background is emotions. And it just feels like a turbulent time, to say the least. But it's a warning, right? So it's like you're on the verge. Maybe because there's something that happened pertaining to work, or it could be home. We have literally this person who is, it reminds me of the energy of the 5 of Pentacles being left out in the cold. You've got this person who is sitting out on a box with a puppy, feeling sorry for himself, and behind him is a sign that says not hiring. And so it definitely feels as though the 5 of Pentacles is truly about feeling like you're not good enough, being left out in the cold, abandonment issues, but it's also a warning because if you don't get yourself out of that way of thinking, it's going to be creating more of it, right? We have a Queen of Water, specifically Cancer energy, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. In the Good Tarot, which is what this one is, I love this card because it's not, I mean, these are highly spiritual cards. So it's all about, it almost looks like she's in deep meditation and receiving guidance from the shell that is protruding out of her 3rd eye. So water energy, highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate. This could be you and or somebody you're dealing with, so take it how it resonates. But it feels like tuning in or going within is going to lead to the 8 of Fire, which is very fast moving, unexpected communication coming in. Now, this could be from your higher sources, some kind of receiving some kind of guidance, and or it could be that there's something coming in for you. We will be clarifying. Then we have number 5, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, higher level of commitment. Now, it could be to a lot of things. It could also be that you need to go seek out some kind of a guru, somebody who is going to assist you in connecting to your higher self, or whatever the case may be. And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 5, attachment. Interesting, we have 2 5s so far. However, this is attachment, and it's being attached to some kind of a false mask, an old identity, if you will. And here it's pertaining to number 20, a house. I'm feeling a theme of earth energy, frankly, some kind of attachment. Home to me, or house to me, is some kind of grounded, stable situation. I'm getting like front, like there's a front. Either way, it's all coming to an end. Like, doesn't matter because it's ending. We have number 21, the world. The world card is, well, it's a time to celebrate because you finally ended a cycle. I'm curious if that's what's got you up in your feels or storm warning, because sometimes when there's an ending of a cycle, it feels very chaotic. There's people around us that are not happy. It could be losing a job or losing your home, but inevitably it's meant to be a blessing in disguise. Like, so many times things will happen in our lives and it's like, oh, worst case, like worst thing ever, like horrible. I lost my job, I lost my home, I lost my car, I lost whatever, relationship, friends. And then it's only in hindsight, like farther down the road, that we end up in this perfect, great spot. And it's like, gosh, if none of that ever would have happened, I wouldn't be here. Like, thank goodness. Not a lot of people get to the point where they perceive it as thank goodness. They like to harp on it and bitch about it. However, I will say that it is thank goodness. Like, thankfully this all transpired. But it feels like this is coming to an end of a cycle, and there's definitely earth energy around. So whether you're an earth sign, it just feels like there's some kind of a strong attachment, and it's a falsity, it's a front, it's not real, whatever this is. So let's get into it. Who or what is the Queen of Water? Who or what is the Queen of Water? Am I taking those? I guess not. It's interesting. We have a lot of similarities coming through. Okay, so the Queen of Water is being clarified by the by the Hanged Man. There's a need to perceive something differently. And it's a relationship, the lovers, a soulmate connection. That needs to be viewed differently with a Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, specifically Aries, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. So the Queen of Wands is, ooh, I heard pride. There could be ego involved, but it is somebody who is very passionate, driven. They like to take action. They go after what it is that they desire. Okay. I'm going to give you what I got, even though the card's not in reverse. I heard relentless, controlling, and manipulative. But we do have an Ace of Wands. So, Aries, Leo, Sag. Whether it is that you are a water sign or you're dealing with a water sign, this very much feels like there's some kind of intuition coming through, some kind of clarity when you gain, or it's allowing you to gain a brand new perspective pertaining to a soulmate connection with a Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, or somebody who embodies that energy. That again, I feel like this person could be displaying some tendencies that it even could be you. That could be the false mask that you're portraying, that you are something you're not, or they're something they're not. With the Ace of Wands, there's a brand new passionate beginning taking place, and I feel like it's something that's being manifested, Gemini, Virgo energy. What I find interesting is that either this fire sign or this water sign is the one that is well, there's just an energy of controlling, manipulative, forceful. I don't know if that's what you're receiving when you gain this new perspective. Or if you've been the one in that energy and now you're being called to gain a new perspective. There's something that I feel like you're manifesting, a soulmate connection, a brand new passionate beginning. What's the 8 of Fire? Ooh, interesting. It's the water sign. Whether you're the water sign or not, that's the false mask. That's the controlling, manipulative, forceful energy. Again, Cancer specifically, but it's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could even be an emotional thing. So if it's not a specific person, it could be on an emotional level, or even a romantic level, if you want to take it to that level, that somebody is very forceful, manipulative, like in love, or when their emotions get involved in something. But what's coming through very clearly is, because I was like, there, nobody's in the reverse. Is it the fire sign? Like, I'm getting all these words and I don't know. I mean, clearly Spirit had a message, but I wasn't, whatever. It's definitely the water sign. They're very manipulative in the reverse, but they all can be in the reverse. But water in the reverse is emotionally manipulative. It is controlling, possessive, forceful. Yeah. We have a Queen of Swords, Libra energy. This is, again, Libra energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is the energy of cutting out people, places, and situations that don't serve you with compassion. Like, you're not as tough as the King of Swords, where you're like, F you, kick rocks. This is more like, I'll hear what you have to say, but I have very strong boundaries, and you're not going to, like, I'm being compassionate in the way that I am still going to hear you out. I'm going to be nice about it, but inevitably you are going to kick rocks, right? And again, this is what's coming in very quickly, suddenly, because we have that 8 of Wands. So it's interesting that we have this storm warning, this despair, feeling left out in the cold, but it's a warning. It's almost like you're getting like this precursor, this energy. You're feeling it coming in. Now, whether it's literally that you're going to be dumped, or that there's going to be a chaotic situation taking place that might leave you in the energy of despair or feeling abandoned, because we can flip the roles if need be. I feel like this water sign, you're getting some kind of clarity on this soulmate connection. You could, again, be embodying the Queen of Wands, or that could be the mask that they're pretending to be. Maybe they are a fire sign and they're pretending to be somebody that they're not, or that you are finally like, no, I want a brand new passionate beginning, because there's this major clarity coming in that whoever the water sign is, it could even be you embodying this energy on an emotional level. This is all getting cut out. I feel like it's another person, not you, but it could be your energy, so take it how it resonates. What's the Hierophant? Ooh. I heard boss baby, and I don't know where I've heard that before, but that's what I'm getting. So the higher level of commitment. Now, we have the 5 of Wands. This is drama and chaos. It's also giving your power away to a relationship or a certain kind of relation. We have the Emperor. Again, Aries energy. This could be for an Aries, so take it how it resonates. But this is somebody who takes a leadership role. This is somebody who's in control, in charge. Doesn't feel nefarious because they're in the upright, but it's somebody who is bossing up, like taking control, taking charge with the Tower. Scorpio, Aries energy. I feel as though you could be in this higher level of commitment with this water energy in some fashion or form. Now, higher level of commitment can be a lot of things. It could be a lover. It could be a husband, a wife. It could be that you have this commitment to a business partner. I mean, soulmates don't have to be romantic. So take it how it resonates. It could even be a best friend, if you will, who's very manipulative, controlling. And it could even be your own self. Now, be honest with yourself if it is. But it almost feels as though whoever, I feel like it's you are sensing or have been sensing something was off. And I feel like, well, I heard you've been fed a load of bull. There's something, it's like the proof and the evidence is coming in. And as quick as it comes in is as quick as you're cutting it out. And with this Hierophant energy, it definitely feels like there's some kind of a strong commitment here, but it's been chaotic and you're finally bossing up and creating this Tower. Like, even if you don't want the Tower, it's coming. But I feel like this is something that you're pulling in. It feels very much like you're in control of, yeah, I know things are going to get a little bit kerfunkly, but I'm here for it. We do have a Four of Pentacles with the Five of Cups. So I feel like there is something that you've been not wanting to let go of. And it could be, again, maybe it's the home. Maybe it's something that you've been holding on to for some time. It could even be a heartbreaking situation. And that's what's leading you to the clarity of what or who this person truly is. So in the underlying, we have attachment pertaining to a home. I feel like it's a mask that somebody was wearing. You could have been attached to the mask, to the falseness of this person and not to who they truly are, like the outside. Like if you ever look at a house and you're like, oh, beautiful. And then you go inside and it's like a hot mess or rotten, or it's kind of like that. Like you were attached to the facade. What's the World card? For some of you, you could have been bamboozled is the word I heard. So the World, again, all of this is coming to an end because, well, I heard you put your big boy or big girl britches on. We have the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. It feels like in the past you were deceived, but I feel like it's self-deception. Like the signs were, I feel like this is very similar to the first reading. The signs were there, but you didn't necessarily want to see them. I also feel like there's some form of strategy here and you've been planting the seeds, and that's what brought you to the point of taking your power back, bossing up, creating this Tower, inevitably ending this higher level of commitment, even switching focus to making the higher level commitment more about yourself. Like, I'm committed to me and my happiness and my joy, not this craziness that's transpiring. Either way, it's all about wish fulfillment, and it feels like you are coming out of this stable, secure, grounded, and it feels very successful, however that looks for you. Like that's going to be different for other people. Interesting. Let's get to your White Light Oracle card before we finally move on to card number 3. white light oracle card. Okay, it is, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but I'll do my bestest. Beste of 174 Hertz, number 13. Number 13. You've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower, healing rhythm, and you will restore your body, mind, and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. Interesting. Interesting, number 2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle before we head into the third card. Oh, thank you, Jean. We are done with that deck. One more deck to shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Ooh. Okay. Card number 3. If you pick card, oh, wait, before I do that, let me timestamp it. 4226. All right, now card number 3. If you pick card number 3, this is your reading. It is number 20, Spirit Owl of 852 Hertz. Card number 3. Ooh. E. Okay. So, card number 3. 2 energies have popped out. They could be both your energies, or it could be you and somebody you're dealing with. Take it how it resonates. Always take what resonates. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. Number 24, adjacent possibilities. And number 37, third chakra archangel, Shamuel. That's your solar plexus. And it feels like your strength. Like your personal power. I almost feel like it's being activated. So it's pertaining, I should say, to number 23, courthouse. Courthouse makes me feel like judgment or final judgment, or interesting. I heard the equivalency of, but it feels like some kind of finality. And with adjacent possibilities, it's almost like there's a need to it doesn't even feel like there's adjacent opportunities. It feels like possibilities. And I feel like you're meant to kind of like hone that energy into having faith. And it almost feels like we're on the verge of overthinking and overanalyzing. Like, this could happen, or this could happen, or this could happen, which is great if you're talking about the exciting things that could happen, but not when you're shifting in the opposite direction, if that makes sense. So we have the Strength card, Leo energy. Well, that's you being in your personal power. I definitely feel like that's doubling down on this energy right here. Creativity, personal power, strength. With the Page of Fire, that's moving forward. Pages bring news, so you could be receiving some kind of passionate news, but it also feels like taking that creativity, that strength, and moving forward towards passion, drive, desire, movement, forward momentum. And then we have the Emperor, Aries energy. A lot of fire. In fact, all fire down here, right? So this is somebody who is, they embody all four kings. It's the energy of somebody who's taking a leadership role in their life. They're in control. I was going to say in power, but in control. Personal power for sure. You could be taking on a boss role. It's structure, it's discipline. Like it just, I mean, we're embodying all four kings here. Very grounded, stable, secure, in control, in charge. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have number 2, journey. So the journey card to me is a lot like the interesting. I heard the Joker, and that's not what I was thinking of, but that's the only thing that's like, I have a picture of the Joker in my head, not the one from TV, but like if you're playing decks. Interesting. Anyways, it's all about a new beginning, right? Taking a trip. Okay, I heard down memory lane. It's the beginning of a new cycle. Wow, why am I getting the Joker? Interesting. We have number 37, poverty is what it's pertaining to. Maybe that's why. But what I find interesting is that this person is facing away. They're facing away from the poverty. And also the fact that the poverty is a younger person, which to me talks about you're leaving an old cycle of a poverty, possibly mindset. There's an energy of I'm hearing follow the yellow brick road. Lots of messages coming through. It just feels like you're moving down a different path. Like you're starting a new journey that isn't, it's almost like it's moving away from some kind of a poverty mindset, especially because you're in your strength and power. You're powering up. We have the 8 of Pentacles. You're putting forth the work, energy, and effort, honing your skills in your craft, growing them, learning more, right? Let's clarify. What's his strength card? So the strength card is being clarified by the Queen of Swords, specifically Libra energy. I feel like this is justice or judgment. Hence the courthouse energy. It's almost like you finally got to a point of clarity, and whether that's in your chart or not, I feel like you're embodying that energy. Having complete clarity and almost focus on what it is that you desire. With the Knight of Cups, I feel like there is some kind of I feel like you're following your intuition, but I also feel like for some of you, you cut out some kind of a romantic situation. Um, if it's not an actual situation, it's an old way of being um and I don't even want to say love, like an old emotional state. Does that make sense? Like an old emotional state. I feel like you've cut out. There's something that's being healed. For others of you, I definitely feel like you're also receiving guidance, downloads, intuition. This is healing, resting, meditating. And you're taking your power back. But there's something that I feel like there was clarity pertaining to either somebody's, I feel like it's either, okay, let me say that again. For all of you, it feels like an old emotional response or some kind of way of doing emotions. I don't know if I'm saying it how I'm feeling it, but it's like, you know, maybe you used to fall in love at the drop of a hat and you're cutting that out. Like you're not acting in that emotional energy anymore. Or maybe you were so guarded emotionally that you never let anybody in. So it's an old emotional body or imprinting that you're cutting out. You become aware of it and you're cutting it out and you're healing that aspect. For some of you, I feel like it also could pertain. So I feel like that was for all of you. For some of you, I feel like on top of that, it could pertain to a person as well that you're letting go of. You're making this final decision, this final judgment. But there's definitely some kind of emotional behavior that you've become aware of. Hopefully that, I feel like that was the best I could do. Like I get these feelings and images and then I have to like attempt to spew it out, right? And make it make sense. I feel like it's a lot of the times. Have you ever had like a song in your head? Or not even a song, but it's like when you know something, but you can't get the word for it. And it's frustrating. That's kind of the energy that I feel sometimes when it's like I've got it, but I can't necessarily spew it into some kind of language and do it justice, if that makes sense. Okay. So the page of fire, passion, drive, desire, forward momentum, enthusiasm towards what? Interesting. The 10 of Cups. And there's your page of fire again. And the 9 of Cups. The reason I find this interesting is because we have unconditional love, happy family, something that was going on upwards of 10 years. And this is longevity, but it's emotional longevity, right? It's cups. And so 10s are also an ending. Even though it's happiness and joy, it doesn't mean like the family's breaking up. It can, but every time we hit a 10, we inevitably will go to an ace. And because an end of a cycle or whatever the case is. So I feel like you're moving away from some kind of a long-term situation with passion, drive, and desire towards the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, but it's also emotional sovereignty. And sometimes it's considered single. Some of you could be leaving a situation and becoming single. But I also feel like this could be some family, long-term, emotional thing that you learn from family. Like it's been something you've used since you were a kid, some kind of a behavioral something that you're also moving away from. So What's the Emperor? Emperor. Dun 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 da 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 da. Is that the A Team? Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Emperor. Being clarified by the Ace of Cups. Told you. We inevitably hit an end. I feel like you're ending an old cycle. With the Ace, brand new emotional beginning. Now, yes, it could be a lover coming in for you. But I think more than anything, it's you letting go of an old way of doing emotions and a new way coming in. I also feel like you could be, oh, I'm flipping the deck around here. You could be visited like you by spirit. You could be receiving more gifts, intuition, guidance at this time. We have the Judgment card. So this is that, again, I feel like courthouse. It's like a final judgment. Like you've surrendered and you're moving in a different direction to what was. I feel like it is a final decision. And the final decision is the Two of Wands. You're turning your back on something old and moving forward. And this is, to me, is like the minor arcana of the World card, which would lead us to the Journey card, the Fool card, not the Joker, the Fool card, in the underlying energy. Also, I want to make the point that the Emperor himself is holding, it's not necessarily a world. I think it's meant to be. There's not a whole lot of green on it. And then his sword, which to me is wisdom and connection to the divine. Very grounded, stable. Definitely. Let's move to the underlying. That which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Again, journey. And I feel like it's away from this poverty. You're putting forth the work, energy, and effort. And I don't feel like it's just about a work situation. It could be, but I definitely feel like it's that you've been putting forth this work, energy, and effort towards shifting that emotional aspect, which definitely has paid off. But you've been putting forth really to learn and grow and expand. I feel like this truly is about some kind of a shift in your emotions. I definitely also feel like for some of you, this is pertaining to spiritual gifts as well. I feel like it's both. We have the Hierophant, higher level of commitment for sure. This is Taurus energy, and it also sometimes talks about seeking out some kind of a guru or somebody who is very spiritually inclined. But I feel like this is you having a higher level of commitment towards that Knight of Cup energy. Again, I feel like this is your emotional energy, what you put out there in the universe, how you are emotionally. And the 10 of Cups, pertaining to whatever it is that you're moving towards with family, longevity. It's like a whole new cycle is beginning with your commitment to this new way of doing things, to not be in that old energy anymore. I also feel like you are committed to learning more about your spiritual aspects, right? Gifts, things of that nature. And I definitely I don't know how that makes any sense. Okay, I'm hearing ground pavement. I feel like it should be foot to pavement, but I'm hearing ground to pavement. So I don't know who that message is for. I'm feeling very, very emotional, like I want to start crying. And then I heard kissing the ground I walk on. Like I'm literally visually seeing somebody kissing the ground. And it's emotional. Maybe there's tremendous gratitude. Somebody might have been through some kind of a traumatic experience where they're kissing the ground, like thankful, grateful. I don't know how this has anything to do with the reading. So take it how it resonates. And it was interesting because it's as I started pulling on the bottom of the deck, I was going to pull some more cards out because I have the Empress, which I feel like for some of you, you could actually be coming into a new relationship with an Empress, or you could be the Empress. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like you embody the Emperor energy and there's an Empress coming in. Flip the roles if need be. Taurus, Libra energy. This is also an energy of you giving birth to your dreams. It's a time of fertility. It's Venusian energy. And I heard the cream of the crop. This is with the Two of Cups. And then we have the Tower card. There's something that just, it's like it comes out of nowhere with the Tower card, Scorpio, Aries energy. And it is something that is, well, I heard groundbreaking. Okay. For some of you, there's going to be something, and this could be just one person, but it's super strong. And I'm like on the verge of one, like I can feel it welling up within me, wanting to cry. And the kissing of the ground is pertaining to some kind of a natural event that takes place, whether it be an earthquake, an airplane issue, like something. And somebody is like, and I don't know if that's how you meet this person or if that's what shifts and changes something. Like, I don't know how this pertains to this at all. It's not necessarily for me to figure it out. I'm just here to deliver the message. That I feel like is more of a side note for somebody. But I definitely feel like there's a brand new emotional experience taking place. I feel like this is also pertaining to your, for some of you, some of your spiritual gifts, receiving heightened messages at this time, a stronger connection. And I definitely feel as though this is a major switcheroony with a certain way that you were in relations or expressed your emotions, if you will. Let's get to the Spirit Owl. I want to get out of the energy of that. That was very random. There's some recognition. Hold on. Okay. For whoever that message is for, there's something that you've already been through or you're going to be going through. And it brings you some higher level of commitment. There's some kind of a recognition. It's like, for some of you, it could be like an NDE or close to, if that makes sense. Like, so a lot of times when we have a traumatizing experience, it truly shifts and changes our life. Like, sometimes that it's a major spiritual awakening, just like that. Like we totally see things differently. There's something for one of you, I feel like, which is, why I'm waiting till the end. It feels like there's something that you're going to go through or have gone through that majorly shifted the trajectory of your life. It allowed you to drop a lot of programming, things that used to mean something or you thought they meant something. It's like the veil was lifted like that. And you have complete clarity, and you're definitely going to be living a more happy I heard sustainable life. So whoever that was for. Okay. Let's go ahead and read your White Light Oracle card, number 20, Spirit Owl. 852 Hertz, number 20. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. So definitely feel like that's spot on for the one person who's going to go through that crazy spiritual awakening like that. I also feel like it totally is in alignment with the idea that you're shifting an old emotion, something, and opening up to spirit guidance and all of that fun jazz. So that concludes our pick a card. Hopefully you're enjoying the pick a cards. Hopefully with me posting them on the, I don't know why Ticker Tack came to mind, but on the, whatever it's called. Hopefully it was helpful. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and leave. I will be leaving the timestamps in the description box as well as pinned in the comment section. So I will see you all on Wednesday. Oh, good, Vicky. I'll see you all on Wednesday. I will talk to you soon. Until next time.